All right, so out here, this is fun to me. This is a fun place. I call it playing in the, I'm constantly playing in the dirt. I love it out here. So anytime I find a container or anything from Home Depot, Lowe's, or Goodwill, or somebody's thrown something out, I usually try to take it. One man's junk is another man's treasure. So right here, you got a bunch of muscadine vines that's growing up. I got cabbage in here. I saw this at a vintage store in downtown, not too far from downtown Decatur, around from the farmer's market, and it was just a pot planter, 4 different plants, and I saw it and I wanted it, and it was hanging on the wall, and it's heavy as steel. So I created its own post for it, and so I got me a 2x4, dug a hole about 2 feet, put me some pebbles and some cement in there, and hung my plant. And so now I'm training these vines to grow up, and the goal is for the vines to grow around the entire post. If you look up over my house, I've trained all of those vines, and so I wish you would have been here probably 3 weeks ago. All of that was yellow and white across the top. So it was, people say I should have weddings here, but I enjoy it. So I love vines. I love beautiful vines. And so if you walk through, you see the trellises, muscadine's gonna grow across here, jasmines. You have lettuce in your, that's coming up in the raised flower bed. I have kale here. I have a youth foundation, so my goal is that my children in the youth foundation will be able to come and harvest food so they understand the difference between store-bought and harvesting from a farm to table basically. So we got more cabbage over here. You got lettuce right here. Some more muscadines gonna grow across here. You got field peas. So you have a little bit of everything. You got another muscadine vine. If you're eating some sweet potatoes or regular potatoes, you got some chives to pull off. And just had a salad a couple of days ago. I got some of my Swiss chard and wrapped it in the rest of my salad. Right now I have a plum tree right here and a peach tree. You have peppers growing over here. You got peppers here, you got peppers here, and mint and herbs everywhere. So you have things to keep bugs away. I got spearmint, peppermint, chocolate mint, sage, parsley, basil, anything that fights against the bugs. But what I do love, you can actually see butterflies flying around. I love that butterflies and hummingbirds, and you hear nature around in my area, and I absolutely love it. I do believe it. People ask me all the time, do you water all of this? And I'm like, yeah, I water all of this, but I also catch the water. So I have rain barrels, and we've had a lot of rain in the last couple of weeks, and this one is kind of full. This one is full, so I could take my flower pot and water my sweet potatoes. I can water all of my plants, or I can run a hose there and let it just kind of water all of this, So he can see the peaches on here. See the nice, beautiful, soft fuzzies on the peaches. And again, it's just mint. The smell. I wish you could smell the camera, because you got a lot of different aromas out here that's going on. And look at the jasmines are blooming. The different ones. Some more parsleys and thyme and mints,
Tell us a
sage.
little bit more about how you became a gardener and how you curated this space.
So I became a gardener accidentally. It was not a goal. I just wanted to grow. First of all, my workout regimen was just that I wanted to work out more in 2017 than I did in 16. And that's when my streak started. I'm right now at 3,047 straight workout days, which is almost 9 straight years. I'm actually getting ready to start a podcast called The Power of Consistency, because that's consistency. If you're consistent at anything, you're gonna show gains in it. I don't care what you do. If you're consistent, our biggest problem is that we quit. We start over. We start again. We quit. We start over. One of my favorite quotes that says, "If you're tired of starting over, quit quitting." And so I wanted to eat healthier, and so I just started with some small plants, peppers and things of that nature. And so as time grew, I had a friend of mine by the name of Phyllis Turner who really kind of navigated me through. She's amazing. And she said, you really need to do more, planning and things of that nature. And so she helped navigate me. And then she also helped me navigate through getting this backyard space registered as a small farm. So I have my farm tracking number and things of that nature. So I bounce things off of, and then I'm in a community of other people who, like Pretty Girls Playing Dirt. I'm in a community where you are constantly being supported in what you like, and you can go and I go to Pretty Girls Playing the Dirt's page, and she'll tell me about how to keep this plant alive or how to treat this and how to prune that. So you don't have to know everything. There's so much information out on, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. There's so much information out here that you can grow, and don't feel overwhelmed. Just start with something small. So I started with something small.
Tell us, you mentioned that you have this space designated as a home farm.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us the benefits of that.
You get to apply for grants and things of that nature. You get to go to workshops. If there's seeds, they have seeds and things of that nature. They will give you an opportunity to come and get seeds and all that stuff for either free or a reduced rate because you have your tracking number. So again, you'll see pallets that we made into workstations. So that's a little workstation. I love the signs that when I make that whole thing size, the garden tour is 5 cents. Sometimes I wet my plants. Hoeing ain't easy, and just my friends have to listen to great music whether they want to or not, So I love positive sayings all around here. If you look up here, this is my big planter. This is the fun part of my backyard. So you got citronella, and you got a lot of beets and cabbage and greens and scallions, okra, you got oregano, just a little bit of everything is going. You see the butterflies flying, and I believe that's believe there's good in the world. And so this backyard, when you come back here, you feel the good in the world when you come back here.
Are you able to garden pretty much 4 seasons?
I'm learning to, because I have the greenhouse. So the greenhouse is and I'm still, a lot of this is still work in progress, but the greenhouse gives me an opportunity to learn how to start my gardens earlier, because even if it's cold, I can start it in the greenhouse, or when it's starting to cool around November, the latter part of October, early November, I can start moving stuff to the greenhouse and still get a longer. So my goal is to get a harvest in a lot of different vegetables and foods up in year round, and then learn to can. If you just look up, you see all these beautiful pears growing on this pear tree right now. So canning those is gonna be, I know it's gonna be it's thousands of pears on this tree right now. And so the goal, again, I mentioned that I have a youth foundation. So the goal is for my young people to come back here and pick pears, eat pears, and enjoy food that's, from the table to farm.
Tell us the name of your foundation.
It's called the Stewart Foundation. Gwen Mason and myself, we started a foundation almost 20 years now. And we've worked with over 40,000 kids. So we're really proud of our impact. And I'm not sure when this is going to air, but this month, in the month of May, we're actually doing a workshop with young people in how to grow food and how to eat healthy. So, and then in the month of October, we do healthy living and workout and exercise and things of that nature. So you got okra up here, you got peppers, you have peppers, you have basil, different type of basil, Asian basil, just regular basil. You got oregano, so if you're cooking pizzas and all that, you can take that. And you got rosemary over here. You got different mints, lavenders, lemon balm, which is also healthy for you if you have, it's a healthy herb, lemongrass, so it's just so much. And then I can continue the seedlings and all that inside of my greenhouse. I got another smaller greenhouse I think I'm gonna put when the leaves fall in the fall. I'll put it up and then transfer other things into that as well. So this is just a little bit of my backyard. I'm glad you came over. Pretty Girls Play in Dirt, to see a space that brings me a lot of happiness, and that is my outdoor garden.
One thing that I instantly noticed when I came into your space was the sense of tranquility.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell us a little bit about how gardening adds to your mental health or your tranquility?
It really does. I mean, it allows me to get away. Like this, although I'm in the city, although I'm in the city, I feel like I'm separated from the city. And so I get an opportunity to come back here and listen to my music. And this really adds to my peace of mind. It really does. And so I get an opportunity to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city, cook, sit back here with a glass of wine and just enjoy it. And the weather, you know, is always beautiful. Even if it's raining, it's beautiful back here. This liquid sunshine. So I welcome the rain, welcome the sun. Look at all of my friends, the butterflies. You see, they're just hanging out and look, they're playing. And, you know, so who's not happy in a space like this, right? And this is add to the tranquility. You hear the birds chirping. And so this is a fun spot for me.
Mr. Stewart, I came to know you as a renowned poet. Have you written a poem that's a tribute to your garden spaces, or how you feel?
I have not. You know,
Is this where a lot of poems are born?
but I can sit back here and I'm inspired, but I haven't written anything about the garden per se, but I'm inspired. You know, and I look forward, I rush home. When I'm leaving an event, I can't wait to turn down my street, to turn into my driveway, to come in to my backyard and get away from everything. And I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the poetry that I write, perform, and I enjoy the Stewart Foundation, what we do with our kids. But this is peace. This is where I get an opportunity to come and fall into my peaceful place, my happy place.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your space.
Thank you for
with us.
having me.